fat girl to skinny girl to binge eating girl to gym girl pipeline. Let's talk about it, okay? Because that was me. I feel better when I talk with my hood on. Anyways, I got myself a cup of coffee today, black coffee from Whole Foods. So I grew up overweight, okay? I never really knew I was overweight. I guess the doctors told me, and the doctors would tell my parents that I need to lose weight and they would try to get me to lose weight. Actually, this is really hard to talk with. And, you know, I just was a greedy monger. Like, I loved cookies. I was the cookie monster. And, you know, a lot of children are chubby when they're growing up. It's like nothing too crazy. And then I get to middle school, okay? I still don't think anything of being like overweight. No one makes fun of me for it. I never really had that many friends anyways because I was the only brown kid in like a white school and my mom would braid my hair. But then in 7th grade, I started doing track. I played basketball in like 6th grade and whatever, but it wasn't enough exercise for what I was eating. But I started doing a lot of track, okay? I joined the middle school track team and we were running a lot and I lost weight and like I was just eating healthier because I was like, oh, I want to like run faster, so I'm gonna eat more salad and protein. Like that's literally like what I did. I asked my mom like, how do people run faster? And she's like, oh, you need to eat more protein. So I would eat like beans. Like I was vegetarian. I would eat beans and I'd like have salad or whatever. I lost weight, okay? And I was like, wow, like I feel really good. I feel really confident. I used to not wear shorts to school because I started to feel more self-conscious then. Like I was noticing myself more. I was like 13. No, I wasn't 13. I was 13. I was 13. And so you're coming to your senses a little bit. And even the Bermuda shorts would make me feel self-conscious. But then when I finally lost weight, I was like, wow, like I feel so good. And I started to wear like skater dresses, skater skirts. It was 2014. So that was what like the style was, and I finally felt like a real middle schooler. And I started to really enjoy working out, and it became a passion for me then. And I used to do like HIIT workout videos because my mom, like my parents wouldn't really let me go running, and I was like 13, they weren't gonna let me go running on the street. So I would do like HIIT workout videos on our iPad in my basement. And then going into 8th grade, like I really wanted to like make the middle school basketball team. I was also preparing to get into this magnet high school. I was really busy. And in 8th grade, like since I was trying to get onto the basketball team, I was like more interested in nutrition because I was like, I'm trying to be an athlete. So I knew what calories were then. Nothing too crazy. Like I wasn't like restricting anything, I'd really say. But I started to track my food and I was like, oh wow, like this Kind bar has so many calories or whatever. I was still doing HIIT. I would do like basketball drills in my garage. I didn't have a hoop or anything. I would do dribbling drills. Like that was the extent to me working out. And then in 9th grade, I go to this magnet high school. Like, you know, kids are really goated. I am really dumb at this school and I'm not even trying to talk down on myself. But compared to these people, I wasn't doing well. That got me really stressed out and I felt like I wanted to control something. So I really went into my passion of working out, you know, fitness, healthy lifestyle, whatever. And I started to be known as like the athletic girl or whatever in my high school because there was a bunch of nerds. And sorry if anyone from my high school is watching this, like it's all love. I actually really like people from my high school. Like I don't really dislike them. I have a lot of high school friends still. And I started to do really bad in school, really restricting what I ate because I was like, I want to control, like, at least that be really fit. And you know, it was a slippery slope. I didn't have that many friends in 9th grade. So I would go to the track and like run laps and I was tracking all my food, all that stuff. And I got really scared I was gonna gain weight because I was like, oh, this is like a brand new school. Like in middle school, kids knew I used to be fat and then I lost weight. They didn't make fun of me or anything, but they'd seen me in both ways. But in high school, no one knows that I used to be fat. I was so scared of like, you know, being fat again, being overweight. So I slowly started to restrict my food more and I got really thin. This was me in 9th grade, Memorial Day weekend. And my parents were like, yo, what are you doing? And they knew something was up. They'd see like how little I was eating. And for me, it didn't seem like that much because I was like, oh, I'm still really fat. Like I skipped my lacrosse award ceremony. I was playing lacrosse too at the time to go home and work out. I was like, oh, I need to do my workout. I don't want to eat like the sweets. I skipped my lacrosse rewards thing in 9th grade with my friends from my team. That sucks. That sucks. I hadn't really done that good in school, so I wasn't feeling that great about myself at the end of the year. And then in the summer, we went on vacation to Yellowstone. We are walking a lot. And I'm still doing the same restrictive shit. I'm eating vegetables, and I start to like run laps back and forth outside of the hotel room, go to this dinner place, and I'm so hungry, and I see like a brownie, and I'm like, Like I hadn't eaten a brownie in so long. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna eat the brownie. And then I'm like, oh my God, like I didn't gain any weight. Like the next day I expected to like be super fat. I didn't gain any weight. Like why am I even working out? Why am I like restricting my food? Why am I eating healthy? Like this is like my juvenile brain. Like 9th grade going into 10th grade, you're still having a juvenile brain, okay? And I had like, we had these nut clusters in the car. I ate so many of them. And then the next day we went to another restaurant like in Yellowstone. I had pasta, ice cream, and like it's fine. Like we were walking a lot, but it was coming from a place of like I need to eat hella. It was like Patrick Star, like with his big vacuum mouth type shit. That's when I started to like get a taste of binge eating, right? I didn't know what I was doing at the time, but I was like trying to hide the fact that I was eating more. Like my parents obviously noticed that I was eating a brownie. I hadn't eaten anything like that in front of them in so long, and they were so happy. And I was like, this is nice. Like I'm able to eat more and I'm not gaining weight. After we got back from the vacation, I was still like kind of in that, I was in a weird headspace because like I was like, I just ate a lot of food. Like I need to get back into what I'm doing. And when you come from so long, like you're restricting, like, it is really hard to like go back to like being normal if you start like binge eating even a little bit. And I had another episode where I went to the mall with my friend and we were trying to go to Kava, and I got a salad at Kava. I was like, I'm gonna get a salad. And I had tracked my food the whole day. Like I had 1,500 calories the whole day. Like I had planned just to eat 1,500 calories. Like I wasn't trying to lose weight or anything. So I have the Kava salad, and then we walk past Haagen-Dazs and I'm like, she doesn't know that I'm trying to like, you know, stay with my diet. She's not gonna be like, oh, you're eating ice cream. So I was like, let's get ice cream. And I got a Haagen-Dazs, then I got a Jamba Juice, and then I got a bunch of other things in our like walk around of the mall. And I come home, my belly is like projecting out. I can't walk. And then I look in the mirror, I'm like, bro, what am I doing? And I like promised to myself I would never do it again. 2 days go by, I'm like, oh, I think I'm good again. I'm normal, you know, doing my restrictive ass shit. I have another binge episode, and it's always when no one's home or like I'm outside, so no one's knowing that I'm binge eating. And I'd always go back to my room and be like curled up and be like, oh my God, like I ate so much. And you know, when you binge eat like that, you are packing away a lot of calories within like an hour. And so I gained weight. I gained weight very quickly, about 15 pounds in like 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. It was a really big impact for me. Like I had like a very flat stomach before, and now I had more stomach fat. It's not a big deal. And it bothered me like I felt like I lost all control. Again, this was all about control, right? I also did not have my period for like 8 months, dude. This whole time I'd restricted. And it didn't even come back like after I started binge eating. It took like another 5 months after that. But I just kept gaining weight, and I had no control over food, no control over myself. And I couldn't even tell my parents. I couldn't put into words what I was like experiencing. I just thought like I'd lost my discipline or whatever. And I basically like kept binge eating for the rest of the summer. And then school started. It was sophomore year at this magnet high school. It got even harder, and I basically like failed like this math class on purpose because I'd given up. And I'd use binge eating as like a crutch. I would just go home and like try to study or whatever, but I would just like eat snacks. And I kind of tried to come to my senses like January of sophomore year, and I was like, oh, you gotta like get it together, whatever. I don't know, I always tried to take such extreme action, and I wasn't trying to understand why I was doing this. It was like a lash out response against myself, right? Every year, like in high school, the binge eating problem just got worse. Senior year, I could drive. I would go to Harris Teeter after school, and I'd buy like those paper bags of Goldfish, like the bigger one, and then a pint of Ben & Jerry's ice cream, and sometimes like 2 donuts from Duck Donuts, and I'd eat all that like in my room. I'd put it in my backpack and then throw it away the next day. Like the things I would do when I was overweight and binge eating, like you couldn't make it make sense. Or my mom would buy ice cream and she would have it, like it would be for us for like the whole week. I'd eat the whole pint and I'd fill it with ice cubes and put it in the freezer and be like, oh, no one's gonna notice. And my sister would be like, yo, what are you doing? Like I would do these crazy things when I was really in the peak of binge eating, and like I don't understand. Okay, I couldn't understand my psychology then. And yeah, like when I went to college, like I just had reverse body dysmorphia at that point. Like I was really overweight. Like nothing, I wasn't horribly overweight. Like you could tell I got hella chubs, but I was like, yeah, you look so good. You don't need to lose weight. You don't need to do anything. And I was just convincing myself. And I didn't work out like at all first semester freshman year. And I don't think I gained the freshman 15 or anything, like I was already there, but I did not have good eating habits. Like I was eating ice cream from the dining hall, goldfish, whatever, not good eating habits. Ordering from GoPuff, I discovered what GoPuff was back then, like freshman year. I'd order like a pint of ice cream while I was studying, and I think I worked out twice that whole semester. After that, it was COVID, right? Like we had a month and a half of school freshman year, like this was 2020, and then we went home. When we went home, I feel like some people, like they really tried to kickstart their fitness journey, and I feel like I was one of those people. I never did Chloe Ting, and I was still really busy with school. When the summer started, I used to run outside because it was like you couldn't do anything else, so at least I would go for a walk outside or run outside, and I think I lost about 10 pounds actually. They announced we are not going back to school. You know, COVID had gotten worse. It was like the peak, like summer 2020. I'm just like mad depressed, okay? School is even harder. Like this is sophomore year of college. Computer science major, like it's kicking in. I'm trying to get internships. I'll kick up the binge eating a notch. And when you're not able to spend time with other people that much, it's just your family, you're in your room a lot, you're gonna get like a little loopy, right? And I would stay up like until 5 a.m. like studying, but also crying because I had gained so much weight. I looked so different. I had really bad acne because of the poor eating habits, because of all the weight I was gaining. And I would cry looking at videos of Aishwarya Rai. Like I would force myself to watch Aishwarya Rai music videos and be like, you can never look like her. Cry. And I would go to sleep at 5 a.m., wake up at 3 p.m., do homework. Like I would never attend my Zoom classes. I would watch the videos later. Then I'd go pick up a big pizza and I'd eat it. Like I didn't work out. Like I purposely wanted to like be in this whole binge eating mode. And I felt like I didn't deserve to do better for myself. I was ugly. Like I was cooked anyways. I was never gonna be able to, you know, improve. I talk about this on one of my videos in my TikTok and Instagram. I'll link it down below. But basically, like at that point, it wasn't even about like being bad at school or anything, because like I started doing fine. Like my grades were good in college. It was just really difficult coursework, and like I had gotten an internship, but at that point it had manifested into like, oh, I hate how I look. Like I hate my face. And I still have a lot of problems with myself, like how I look, and I'm trying to work through it, and I don't know when I'll get to like a better relationship with myself. But back then I was like, oh, your nose looks so ugly, like you are so cooked, like there's no reason for you to lose weight. There's no reason, there's no point. And so there's no reason for you to stop binge eating. It wasn't even about losing weight, right? But it was starting to really negatively impact like all parts of my life. Obviously, like I didn't have a good sleep schedule. I was studying, but this was not gonna be a consistent thing. Like I wasn't gonna be able to keep doing well in school if I kept up this lifestyle. Yeah, this was like after Biden was elected too, and I feel like there was like more hope about like going back to like normal life a little bit. And so they had announced that we were going back to campus like next semester, like fall 2021, and you know, my internship was gonna happen. Like it was still online, but I was like, I need to be disciplined for my internship. So I was like, if not for how you look, you need to get yourself together for other parts of your life. So that's when like I really tried to like address why I was binge eating, right? For me, it was always a crutch. It had transformed into a response from like, you know, extremely restrictive eating, because when you restrict your food for so long, you're going to like be so hungry, like your body is so hungry, you're gonna like, and then after that you're going to spook yourself because you've changed so much, you don't understand. And then it's going to like transform into a different reason for your binge eating. Like, and the emotional part of it, it had changed for me from like, oh, I'm bad at school, I'm stressed, to like, I kind of just hate myself kind of thing, right? I don't know, like I want to get more in depth into like how I stopped binge eating really and like was able to lose weight. But I feel like I need to write that down, so it might be in the next video. But I'll just tell you about the rest of the fitness journey. I was like, okay, like I need to like fix my lifestyle, and I've had enough. I want to like be able to be a productive like human being. First day I decided to work out and like, you know, fix my eating habits. I tried to go for a 3-mile run, and I couldn't even do half a mile without feeling like I was gonna throw up. So then I walked back, I did some booty band exercises around my yard. And you know, it's always like, I'm gonna change my life today. I actually am. So if you have watched this far in the video, comment down below. And I had the food my mom made me, right? Because I wasn't like trying to like change my diet like crazy, because I didn't want to count calories. I knew that if I tried to count calories right off the bat, it was gonna go downhill like super fast. And my mom's cooking was pretty healthy. She would make like rajma, which is like kidney beans, and like some sort of chapati and some salad. And I just ate that. Like I didn't eat like a huge quantity, a smaller portion until I was, you know, pretty satisfied. And that's basically like the diet I kept up like 2 months, just eating what I could at home that was healthy. And then like until I was not too full. And just running. Slowly, I was able to run a little bit more. And because I couldn't go to the gym at the time, it was still like COVID. That was the easiest thing for me, and it was a way for me to get outside. And I started to lose weight, right? Because I did it in a way that wasn't setting too many rules for myself. Like I knew counting calories and trying to cook food for myself, that was gonna be a lot of rules, a lot of blocks, a lot of blockers for me to be able to succeed at this. And the working out too, like I kept it simple. And then I was like getting into the groove of this, and I was like, see, like you can be healthy. You can do better for yourself. Like you deserve this. That's where like I stayed, like I lost about 30 pounds that summer. I did really well at my internship. I was really excited to go back to school. I fixed my sleep schedule. Like, I sound like a salesman, but like I was really able to turn around my life. If you're struggling with something like binge eating, like self-sabotaging behavior, don't think about it in a way of like, oh, I don't deserve to get better. Think about it like, okay, I am trying to be a product, like try to be objective with yourself. Try to be like a business person with yourself. If you can't reason with yourself in a human way, try to be like in a business way. And the business way for me was like, oh, you gotta do all these X amount of things. How are you gonna do it if you treat yourself like trash? I don't know if that makes sense. I go back to school like junior year of college on campus, and I'm not really working out consistently then, but I had gone vegan. I also had gone vegan in April of 2021 in the middle of my weight loss journey, and I think that helped a lot too, and I can get into that in another video. I was vegan when I went back to college, and I think that helped a lot too, because like, you know, there's not easily accessible junk food you can just get. I was living in a house with my friends, so I was cooking for myself. We would go grocery shopping, and I wasn't really working out then. Like I'd work out maybe once a week. I was really busy, and I was scared of going to the college gym. Even like spring semester, I'd go to the gym like a few times. That's when I started to like get into weight training kind of consistently. I'd always do like leg day, and then I would never do upper body day. I would do leg day, and then I'd do 12, 3:30, and then in the summer, like during my internship, I lived in California that summer, and it was like my office gym, and I didn't feel that self-conscious there. I started to get some better gym fits, you know, from Amazon, biker shorts, nothing crazy. Watch Liana Deeb, I always mispronounce her name, I'm so sorry. That was when she was popping off on TikTok. Like I'd watch her TikTok videos. I started to like, you know, do some lifting then. And I was like, yeah, like I'm so strong. I was Bulgarian split squatting like 20 pounds, and I thought I was like goated. I got more confident in being in the gym in that environment because there wasn't really that many people I knew. It was just like random office people who are much older than me. And when I went back to school senior year, I was like a lifter. I was like, yes, like I love the gym. And I'd started going to my college gym because I was more confident in like knowing what I was doing. And I never looked back from there, really. Lifting has been a really big part of my life. Because I focus so much on strength with lifting, I think I'm not so obsessed with food and having food rules and having a bad relationship with food. And I'm simplifying it right now. It is a much deeper story than that I need to like deep dive into my own brain to give to you guys. But I've done cuts, you know, like calorie deficits or whatever, like multiple times in the past 2 years, and I'm on one now. But I'm able to do it from like a different perspective because I see it as a bodybuilder, as a lifter. I don't know if anything I said really makes sense or sounds like a bunch of vague stuff, but I feel like a lot of people who are like me, like when I made my video on TikTok, they said, oh my God, girl, like did we lead the same life? And yeah, so I thought it'd be helpful, especially as someone who makes like fitness content. As a word of encouragement, right? You're struggling with binge eating right now and you think you can never get out of it. You will see light at the end of the tunnel one day. It will make sense to you. Like, you will get better. It will happen. And it's an unfortunate thing that you have to go through, like, you know, if it happens to you. And yeah, man. Anyways, I gotta finish this. Oh my God. I'm gonna finish this coffee. Also, do you guys like my sweatshirt? It's from Bear Bells. They sent it to me. My nose gets so itchy whenever I'm filming videos. But yeah, that's my fitness journey. A lot of word vomit. Make sure to like and subscribe. Next video, I think, will be about how I got over binge eating. And, you know, maybe I'll make a whole series out of this, okay? I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Push it to the limit. I gotta push off.